I don't know if you all know this or not, but this show will be streamed across the world. Millions of people will see it. So because I haven't traveled in a very long time and my family is watching this, I will use some of this camera time to say hello to some of them and talk about a few of you, okay? And I don't mean you, I mean my family. Since you won't answer my calls, you will see this on the internet, and I'm sending you a link, Aunt Vicky. She's selling her house, and I asked to buy the house at a decent price, and she wants to sell it to somebody who's not in our bloodline, so I hope you fall down a small flight of stairs, Aunt Vicky. I get to the jokes in a minute. I'm serious about this. I got a lot of family. I'm from St. Louis, okay? And I did Dry Bar a few years ago in a production company, Kaleidoscope Pictures. They're a wonderful company. They hired me, and now I'm one of the new cast members on Studio C. All right. Thank you very much. Yes. So when you watch Studio C and you see these crazy sketches, they say, I was at the show and that idiot was on stage. That's me. Yeah, so I moved here, and I don't get to see my family now because I'm stuck. No, not stuck in a bad way, you know. Well, I can't say not totally a bad way. I've dealt with some stuff since I've been here. Like, I feel like the only black person in town, okay? Let me just tell you that. I'm like a mascot, okay? I caused 2 accidents. They couldn't stop looking at me. Do you know Carl Malone? And I don't watch sports, so I was like, who is Carl Malone? I don't. I hate sports. I got a couple of family members. They will watch sports all day, every day, and I can appreciate sports, the work ethic that goes into it and everything, but I'm like, they're on TV making money. I need to be out making money. I don't have time to watch somebody win or lose. That's crazy. Aunt Vicky. And I love her, because she was my favorite aunt. I'm going to tell you this, Aunt Vicky, you were my favorite aunt. She was so nice, she's pretty, she's polite, she could cook, and the nice ones always die early. The mean ones last forever, amen? You know what I'm talking about. I have an aunt, and because of the rest of my family, I won't say her name on camera, but this lady is mean. When I tell you mean, I mean mean. Like, she walks around with a dark cloud over her head. Matter of fact, there's 2 of them. I won't talk about you either, Aunt. Oh, I'm sending them the link. I'm serious. I was a little boy. Thank you, sir, for that random laugh. It's a laugh of familiarity. He tried to clear his throat, but he... Tell the story. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and my mother used to always take me to church. I'll get back to that in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not from here. I already said that. I'm not a heathen, and I don't have that written across my head. Stop coming up to me asking me if I know Jesus, like you know him better than me. Okay. I'm just being honest. Were you yawning? Okay, anyway. Okay. Was it a good sign?
Yeah.
All right, I'm leaving you alone. I'm doing a taping. I don't know if they can edit your sigh. Did you hear that sigh, Sergeant? Like on an episode of Scooby-Doo. Zoinks! Like Scoob, did you hear her sigh? Anyway, I'm sorry, I have ADD. I was about 5 years old. I was in a different room, and my mother was sitting in the room with my aunt, who I don't like, but her name starts with an A. And I walked into the room, and they were having a conversation, and my aunt turned around and looked at me, and she said, "Speak of the devil." I didn't know what that meant at the time. But my mother always told me that the devil was very bad. It's an evil person. It's not good. So when I walk in the room and she points at me and says, "Speak of the devil," she made me think I was the devil. And I felt bad. And when she left, I told my mother, I said, "You know, she didn't have to say that about me." And she called me the devil. And my mother said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "No, Mom, you said the devil was bad." And she told me about hell and everything. She said, "Don't worry about it." I said, "That's not good." And every time I saw my aunt out there, she would give me this scowl. She looked at me very crazily, right? I couldn't stand that lady. And I thought about that every time I saw her. And my oldest sister got married, and I went to the wedding. Obviously, I'm her little brother. And my aunt came to the wedding, and everybody started dancing. And I was a little kid, and I didn't know how to dance. So I did the only dance that I knew how to do. It was the curly shuffle. You laugh because you know who Curly is. He's one of the Three Stooges. And he used to do this dance like this. He would kick his feet back 3 times and go, whoop, 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 whoop. That's the only dance I knew how to do. And I did that dance, and I kicked my aunt. And she acted like she got shot. She fell down. She's screaming all over the place. She grabbing her ankle and hopping and everything. I'm sorry. I apologized a bunch of times. The wedding was over. Days went by, weeks went by. I sent her a card. I apologized, and she never got over it. She came to my grandparents' anniversary dinner, and I was standing there waiting on my hamburger. My grandmother makes the best hamburgers on the planet. I don't know if she seasoned them with grace and mercy or love, but they taste so delicious. My grandmother is a fantastic person, and she stacked that burger, and it was my burger. I made my bun. You know how, you ever had a homemade burger? You make the bun the way you like it, Miracle Whip. Pickles and onions. Mustard and all of the works, potato chips on the side. I had the plate ready, and my aunt came in the kitchen, and she was a little chubby, so she waddled in there, and she grabbed my piece of beef out of the skillet with a fork, and she put it on the bun that I built, and she mashed it together, and she took a bite out of it. She was smacking them big greasy lips. And I was looking at her like, no! And she took another bite. And she started having a heart attack. That's very cruel of you all to laugh. But I appreciate it. Because I had never seen a heart attack. I didn't know what a heart attack was. But I knew she was in trouble. And she bit my hamburger, so I started getting joy out of her having a heart attack. I didn't know what was wrong. And the hamburger was so good, she kept chewing it while she was having a heart attack. She going down. And I was going, I laughed until she dropped to the floor. And she dropped the hamburger, and I ran over and I grabbed it and I put it back together, and I took a bite out of it, and I looked at her right in her eyes and I said, speak of the devil. She's still alive to this day. She won't die. I don't know what it is about mean aunties and grandparents. They just won't die. She's still alive. And she's in a nursing home, and every time I go to St. Louis, I go visit her at that nursing home, and I take her a hamburger. Even though I know she can't eat it, I just eat it in front of her. Like I'm doing a commercial. How would you like the new Speak of the Devil burger?